On the Hobo road, I roll alone. Stars above that I follow.
Well, welcome back, my bug-out bag believers, my apocalypse apprentices, my camo-caped contrarians. Hobo Yeti here, reporting from a bunker so stealthy it's basically just an alley with really good acoustics. Tonight's episode: what happens when all your prepping pays off in the most unexpected way? Suddenly, you're homeless, and your end of the world is just, well, Tuesday. Forget zombie hordes and nuclear winters. Let's talk about the real survival test. Living in the city with nothing but what you can carry and nobody but pigeons to judge you. Buckle up, stash that emergency chocolate, and let's break down the top 10 lessons every prepper needs to learn before the only bug-out location left is the last unclaimed bus bench. 1. Ditch the bunker mentality. Mobility is your real superpower. Every prepper dreams of a fortress loaded with beans and bullets, but on the street, your castle is just the latest place you haven't been chased away from. Mobility isn't optional, it's religion. Police, whether random late-night drama or another guy claiming his spot, will all conspire to uproot you. Out here, you discover every attachment becomes a liability. It's the art of instant relocation. Grab the essentials, leave what you can't run with, and accept that anything you can't carry is basically future folklore. The fortress fantasy fades the first time a cop shines a light in your face, and you have to go mobile in under 60 seconds. The only home security system that matters is your shoes, and a willingness to disappear without apology. Out here, motion isn't just survival, it's insurance. 2. Water, your most precious commodity and your greatest stealth challenge. Forget sipping from clear mountain streams. City water is everywhere and nowhere, always one locked door or out-of-order sign away. Water fountains have been sanitized out of existence, bathrooms are for customers, and security guards treat your water bottle like contraband. Preppers picture themselves filtering creek water in the woods, but the real trick is scoping out which gas station restrooms unlock at 4 a.m., or which abandoned building still has a dripping spigot. Carry too much and your bag will break your back. Carry too little and you'll barter away your dignity for a sip. Hydration becomes a blend of urban scavenger hunt and stealth operation, the best urban survivalist skill, quietly washing your hands in a public sink while acting invisible. 3. Your gear will betray you, and so will your back. First time out, you'll swear by every YouTube favorite: tactical shovel, fancy flashlight, 16 ways to purify water. By week 2, most of that gear will be lost, broken, stolen, or sacrificed to save your own spine. Even must-haves like solar chargers or titanium sporks become dead weight when the police roll through and you have to relocate fast. Survival isn't about what you own, it's about what you can carry through exhaustion and drama. If you can't lug it at a jog, you'll ditch it at the first sign of trouble. In the end, your entire kit boils down to whatever's left after the city eats your best-laid plans and your vertebrae start unionizing for hazard pay. 4. Blending in is stronger than any camo. Forget tactical gear. Nothing draws heat like looking like you're ready for war. On the street, invisibility is the gold standard. A borrowed safety vest and a bored expression will get you further than a camo jacket ever will. The people who last aren't the ones broadcasting "I'm prepared," they're the ones who vanish into the background. If you look like you have somewhere to be and nothing to hide, most security guards will ignore you. Practice the ancient art of just another commuter. The real camo is acting like you've been here forever, doing nothing, seen by no one. Urban survival means going unnoticed, not looking intimidating. The more boring, the better. 5. Your stomach, the ultimate survival test. Forget the MREs. Preppers collect MREs like rare coins. On the street, those rations are gold for about a week. Then it's stale sandwiches, half-eaten pastries, or cold noodles from a ketchup cup. If it fits in a pocket and doesn't leak, it's cuisine. You'll become a connoisseur of instant ramen, gas station cheeseburgers, and anything edible that won't attract rats in the night. Taste is a distant memory. Your food is judged on 2 qualities: calories per ounce and how quietly you can eat it while pretending it's gourmet. Anything that can be shared or stolen vanishes quickly. Out here, a warm cup of soup is worth more than a freeze-dried survival meal, and no one is grading your table manners. 6. Fire. Friend in the wild, felony in the city. Out in the woods, fire is comfort and safety. In town, fire gets you a citation and a starring role in someone's next-door post. Forget bow drills and ferro rods. Warmth comes from layers, moving, or sneaking into a laundromat and loitering by the dryers. If you do risk a tiny flame, it's with one eye on the alley and both ears tuned for sirens. Most of the time, you stay cold and dream of summer. The real survivalist out here learns to fake warmth. Hand warmers, dry socks, and pretending a hot coffee from a gas station is a spiritual event. You miss the fire, but not as much as you'd miss bail money. 7. Maps are for tourists. Trust your instincts. Forget laminated topo maps, GPS grids, or detailed printouts. The city has a heartbeat that changes every hour, and yesterday's shortcut is today's crime scene or construction pit. Survival is a jazz improvisation, not a symphony. You learn which alleys fill up with street sweepers at 5 a.m., which bus stops become impromptu camps after midnight, and which fast food joints tolerate loiterers until sunrise. Your feet become your compass, your gut becomes your guide, and you pay attention to who's coming and going. Cops, locals, the ghost shift of the invisible workforce. The map you need isn't printed, it's written in movement and erased. By morning, the city rewards those who adapt, not those who follow a route. Out here, you trust patterns, intuition, and the sudden urge to leave a place just before trouble arrives. 8. Weapons, try words and smiles instead. You might pack a blade or pepper spray, but the street teaches you fast that a sharp tongue and a harmless smile will diffuse more danger than any weapon. Conflict is often a contest of boredom. If you're too dull, people move on. Disarm with humor, disappear into the scenery, give trouble nothing to latch onto. Words become shields, jokes become tools, and learning the local dialect is more effective than swinging a stick. Of course, always keep an exit in mind, run, hide, distract. It's not cowardice, it's professional risk management. Being the punchline of your own joke is better than becoming the headline on someone else's disaster. The best defense is the one nobody sees coming, being not worth anyone's trouble. 9. Forget about locks. Nothing is safe for long. You can padlock, double bag, and hide your stuff, but on the street, anything unattended is up for grabs or will disappear like last month's charity drive. Even safe spots become less so as word spreads or desperation rises. Real security is never letting your essentials out of sight or arm's reach. You learn to sleep with one strap tangled around your wrist, one eye half open, and your valuables compressed into a lumpy, uncomfortable pillow. Fancy gear gets you noticed. Boring, dirty, duct-tape bundles get overlooked, and that's by design. If it's worth anything, it's with you or it's gone. Out here, trust is earned by people, and usually by having very little worth taking in the first place. 10. Your mind is your true survival kit. Forget gear lists. Mental stamina is your real insurance policy. Sanity is shredded by monotony, stress, and the absence of privacy. What keeps you upright isn't your EDC, but your ability to create rituals, find meaning in small victories, and laugh at everything, especially yourself. You'll talk to pigeons, name your last 2 pairs of socks, write poetry in the margins of your brain just to hold on to a sense of identity. The city will test your grip on reality. It's up to you to build humor and habit into your days. Survival is a head game. You win by refusing to lose your story to the noise. That's the secret. Keep your mind sharper than your blade, and even when everything else breaks, you'll still have yourself. When the prepping fantasy runs into concrete reality, you discover the apocalypse is mostly paperwork, loneliness, and small indignities. Surviving isn't about heroics. It's about patience, grit, adaptation, and being weird enough to stay interesting to yourself. You can lose a tent, a pack, $100, or all your best plans, but if you don't lose your humor or your knack for starting over, you're ahead of the curve. Out here, prepping isn't an event. It's a lifestyle of letting go, staying sharp, and learning to see the world sideways. I hope your road is a good one, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. And remember, for the homeless, the end of the world as we know it isn't coming, it's already here. Peace.